Hi, I'm Sabine Hoover with FMI, and I'm FMI's Content Director. My role with the FMI Quarterly is I'm the Chief Editor. I coordinate the articles and topics with each of the authors. So my main focus is really writing and conducting industry research, really sharing thought leadership with the industry to help us get more educated on certain topics and issues that people are dealing with. The title of my quarterly article is Debunking Millennial Myths. So the reason we wrote this article is we just conducted two fairly major studies in the industry. One was focused around millennials. We surveyed over 400 construction industry employees, over half of which were millennials. The other survey was around talent development, and that was the other perspective, sort of what construction employers are doing to retain and engage their employees. And we were able to contrast both surveys and come up with some interesting findings. There's lots of stereotypes and stigmas that exist out there about this young generation we call the millennials. A lot of the stereotypes that exist just aren't true. So the 5 myths are they're lazy, they're job hoppers, they want constant acclaim, they're entitled, and they're anti-capitalist. It's actually a very hard-working generation. They want to succeed. They are full of new energy, fresh ideas, and are very committed to their companies. Turns out that millennials are 25% more likely to stay with their companies when they understand their vision, they have inspirational leadership, and meaningful work. So one of the things we found is that feedback is a big topic for the young generation. They're looking for mentors and coaches to help them on this path. And in an industry where it's all about knowledge transfer from this older generation to a young generation, it's even more important because we've got a limited amount of time to share all this knowledge. There's a broad range of people who would benefit from this article. It starts with the executive level, people who are really dealing with the strategic direction of hiring talent, planning for talent, figuring out what skills are needed, what capabilities, and matching those skills with the right people they hire. Then at an HR level, at a tactical level, it's important to understand what kind of training and development mechanisms really work with young people, how they are able to provide feedback. In the past, that's not something the industry has been very good at. Millennials are really challenging this generation to break down some of those communication barriers. So I think one of the key takeaways for someone reading this article would really be to look at the younger workforce in a different way, be a little bit more open-minded, and put aside some of those stigmas that exist.